But I mean, one thing that has, happened really recently, is the Nintendo Switch Lite. Ugh. It came out, and I have it, and I feel wholesome again. I feel good. I can see it up there. It's a beautiful piece of art, and I have not stopped using it.
I mean, you're taking time out of your Nintendo Switch to make this show, which
it's charging.
It's dead. I mean, it needs power. It needs life and responsibility. But there's something absolutely insane about what Nintendo has been able to do over the last, I want to say, the original Game Boy came out in like 1990, 1992. Before I was born, basically. Yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I was born in 1993, and Nintendo came out. And you know what? They came out with an amazing game right around that time that I picked up as well, and that was Link's Awakening. Have you ever heard of that game?
It sounds familiar. I've actually been playing it non-stop, so yes, I have. I mean, I had that as a kid. I remember playing it on my Game Boy. It was on the Game Boy Color, so it was Link's Awakening DX, which was like just the coloured version of it, the original one. But I played that to death, and the fact that they brought it out, and it looks so damn cute now as well, the way that it, it's kind of got this kind of like toy kind of diorama above kind of looking about it. It looks so faithful to it, and I think the fact that they kind of brought it out with the Switch on the same day, it's a joy. I mean, absolutely, like, because I think it kind of brings back, as you were saying, kind of like that feeling you had as a kid, It's very much like the Game Boy, especially with the way that they all the different colours. I mean, I got the grey one, but they had the yellow one, the turquoise ones, and it very much felt like that Game Boy colour aspect of it. And playing Link's Awakening, again, in the, late, what are we, 2010s? Is that what we call it now? It kind of feels so nostalgic, and I think Nintendo is absolutely onto a winner with it.
I mean, Link's Awakening has been remade like almost 3 or 4 times as of this iteration, and every single time it just gets a little bit better and better. Originally, I'm not gonna lie, when I got the game, I wasn't that big into dungeon crawlers. I wasn't that big into adventure games. I was all about that Pokemon, and I could not get into Link's Awakening. And it's a super, super disappointing story because, again, from everything that I've heard from when I was younger, it was an absolute blast. And there are just some things that you can't replace, and I would love to go back and replay it. Is this game worth it for me to go out and get the Switch Lite and get Link's Awakening at the same time? Basically, blow all of my wedding money on this.
Well, it depends. If you're a Switch owner already, I'm not sure if you are. Do you have a Switch?
I don't. I actually haven't bought a new gaming system since the PlayStation 3 first generation. So
I mean, it's still a good console, to be fair, the PS3. I mean, I personally just play it, like, so I've had 2 Nintendo Switches before, and I sold them both. I got it day one with Breath of the Wild, played that, took it to Japan with me. I was on the bullet train playing Breath of the Wild. It was a bit of a crazy experience. But then nothing was really out in terms of games. It was a very small library, so I sold it. And then Odyssey came out, and I was like, I need that Mario game. It looks so cool. Rebought it again. Completed that. There wasn't much left out there, and I sold it again. And it's only till now that they kind of brought out Link's Awakening and this handheld, because I think the portability of it is playing it in bed. Like last night, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. The lights are off. I'm in bed. My wife's asleep next to me, and I'm just sitting there just playing Link's Awakening, and you can just hear those tiny little cute sounds, and I'm crawling through dungeons and collecting rupees, and I'm just like, this was worth it. And it was only £180, which I think is pretty good. I mean, a lot of people will say, yeah, but you can't technically switch it anymore. It doesn't. But at the same time, a lot of people that I know don't actually play it, on the TV screen. I know a lot do, but I just kind of like having it, and it's smaller, it's cute, it feels nice. I mean, I personally am so bad with money that I would convince anyone to go out and buy it just because I like it, and I want everyone else to do the same thing as me, and I want my friends to be able to play with me. But it completely depends. I mean, it doesn't sound like you're a huge gamer anymore, so I mean, it's quite a bit of an investment per se. But I mean, in terms of what you're getting, the quality of games, the library that you've got access to for such a small entry point, I think it's better. I mean, I would rather buy that than buy like a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox, personally.
I mean, I can absolutely agree to that. The main thing that I play video games for now anyway is just when I'm hanging out with a group of friends and I want to do like collaborative things. So Super Smash Bros, that's my jam. That's my Jimmy jam. Playing
Who's your guy?
My guy, 100% Link. Absolutely, hands down. Unless, of course, we're talking about Super Smash Bros. Melee, then it is Sheik. Not Zelda.
Oh.
Sheik.
That's very odd. That you've caught me off guard with that one. To be fair, that's quite an unusual one. I mean, I've always been Ganondorf because he used to have that move where he would latch onto you, do the electric thing, and then he'd blow up. But I've just been playing Smash, the ultimate one, and it's mind blowing. So many characters, everything, and yeah, man. Smash was good.
I'm telling you, Sheik was the sleeping horse of Melee. There was nothing that Sheik could not do. And honestly, if they made like a Sheik-centric game for the...
Well, I think you'd like the Nintendo, the one that's out on the Switch now, because they've basically incorporated an RPG game into it, where all the kind of characters, they've had their spirits taken away, and you have to go through and kind of recollect them, but then you kind of you collect other spirits on the way, and then you kind of use points to upgrade your person, and all these different side abilities and stuff. It's really, really good. It's not something that I thought, because it was always just something that you would sit around with your friends, you'd all get a pad, especially on the GameCube, you'd sit around on Melee and just like, you put it on like 10 stock, and then everyone would just kill each other, but I definitely think that the way that Nintendo's gone lately, it's just constant hit after hit. Their quality it's not like with like PlayStation 4 and Xbox. There's like you get sucked in, like there's been so many times I've been burnt by big games, and then you spend like $50-$60 on the game, you get it, it's half finished, it's not great, but with Nintendo you're going to get something that it might not be as graphically impressive, but you know that you're getting something that's built fantastically, and you're getting probably the best made titles, especially their first party Nintendo titles. Like, it's very rare you're going to get a bad Mario game or a bad Zelda game. So, we hope you enjoyed the show. We sure did. But what's next? Well, firstly, we'll be bringing you these shows every 2 weeks, as well as highlight clips of each episode. So, hit that subscribe button. It means that you won't miss out on any content from Brian and myself. Also, be sure to hit that like button, as that really does help support the channel in the best possible way. If you want to find us on social media, you can. We are on Twitter at LGSerial, as well as both myself, Alonzi with an underscore, and at Loheli1. And lastly, be sure to check out our very own YouTube channels. If you want to see more manga and anime based content, you can find me at Alonzi, as well as Loheli. All the links will be in the description. So, thank you for joining us today, and until next time, peace.